Welcome back to Paint Raider, the channel devoted to rating miniature paint jobs, where the internet has failed to provide any commentary whatsoever. So let's turn over here back to Facebook, and this is a person that asks honest questions about Custodes painting. I've tried edge highlighting, recess shading, and a bit of OSL, but I'm looking for ideas to push it to the next level. What else can I try to make them closer to display quality and not just tabletop? So, presuming that this is representative of all of his Custodes, this person's work is right here. Let's just say that at the first impression, I mean, this is already, to me, at a display quality level, right? All details are painted, it's got a lot of stuff going on. I mean, it's looking really good. Like, this is a really, really good piece. So I don't know what else he wants to do, but I feel like, just based on his comments, he feels like he wants to know what he can do to get to the next level. So I'm reading into his comments as saying that. He hasn't said that explicitly, but I'm just presuming that's what he means. Okay, so what jumps out to me here? I think the biggest thing that jumps out to me are Mr. Googlies right here. These eyes are enormous, okay? Eyes are so tricky, okay? But we do not, let's say, the eyes are really hard to get right, and here you can see that these eyes are just way too enormous. They're not correct on the face, and I don't think it's a sculpting thing. I think it's just that they're just detail that's very difficult to pick out. But you know, if you want to get to the next level in display painting, you gotta be able to wrangle the eyes a lot better than this. This is not bad at all. Like, I'm not saying that's bad, but what I'm saying is that for display, the eyes really need to be shaped a little bit more proportionately, right? So that would be the number one thing. It stands out. Like, you just look at it and you're like, who is this googly-eyed monster? Anyways, okay, don't want to be too mean, but he's a little googly-eyed. Okay. Okay, the next thing is really on the thing that stands out to me is that, and it's a big challenge with Custodes, a huge challenge with Custodes, is trying to get separation between the elements really good. You know, like, so he's talked a lot about edge highlighting and recess shading, right? And a bit of OSL. Those are all great, right? But the thing is that when you're dealing with a lot of gold like this, you really need to get a lot of contrast going in between elements. If you're going gold on gold on gold, okay, it all sort of looks the same, right? And it becomes, you know, you can still have gold on gold, but you can have different kinds of gold, right? So, you know, not everything has to be shining gold necessarily, but some can be sort of a warmer gold, and some can be even a little bit more antique gold. So that's a way of sort of bringing in a different feel and a separation without changing the fact that it's gold, right? So, you know, something like this, like if you look at the shield here, right, you've got different elements. This double eagle head is one element. This part here is a separate element. This part here is a separate element, right? Of this part, the wings almost in a way, and then this part here is a separate element, right? So, you know, what would I suggest here? Probably do something like a near silver here, and then mostly gold, but then like a near silver, really bright here, and then behind that to have like a really, let's say, warm gold, right? Really reddish gold behind that, and then here you could have something like an antique gold, like a almost teal greenish sort of thing. It's still gold, but like just the tone of it being a little bit different will make a big difference in terms of being able to separate out each of these. And then here, you know, like I know reset shading is great. It's a great tool, but sometimes it doesn't do enough, or you need to do it more than once to really reset, like to really get in there, right? So I would say, you reset shade, that only gets you so far, especially on details that are high up like this. You want to get into this crevice here, but unfortunately, just by gravity alone, you might not get very much pooling in here that you want, because, well, gravity is not going to pull a lot of the shade in here, right? So you'll need to get back in there with a bit of a darker color just to maybe define all of this here, and that will really help to bring out the volumes in the sculpt there, right? So the gold is a challenge. It absolutely is a challenge. I would say, my biggest recommendation here is to try to just change the tone of that gold, pick different types of gold. There's lots of different golds that you can choose from. There's a lot of great stuff about this model. I think it's great. Like, this looks really nice and clean. Like, the thing is extremely clean. Like, this is a very clean paint job. Nothing to comment about that. Maybe a little bit of cleanup down here, right? You could also think about weathering it up, dirtying it up, right? Like, that's another avenue here, right? Like, maybe it's a little too clean, right? Like, maybe get this, I know they're on snow here, but like maybe a little bit of dirt on the bottom here would make it seem nicer, right? Maybe even I know he's got a scar on his face, but let's get a little bit of blue onto the sort of bearded area here, and a little bit of red into the cheeks. Just a touch of red, just to give that sort of tonal variation in the face, as human faces are not just pink, flat pink across, or this skin shade, right? And then like, even you can see over here, there to there, there's not a lot of separation in terms of the element, right? So there's some like basic cleanup stuff. Like, this is gold that went onto the handle. This should probably be all black, right? So there's some like a little bit of cleanup, especially if you want to take it to the next level. This is all, again, this would be great. Like, this is a gray model. I think everybody listening to this would be quite happy to put this on the tabletop. It will look fantastic. Everyone will say it looks great, and it does look great. But if you're someone that's looking to really push this on a display level to improve, these are things that I would recommend. So at a display level, I'm gonna give this I'm gonna give it a 2, only because I think there's display has got a lot. There's a lot to it, and it's not big things, right? But it's just the attention to detail, really defining things, really making sure like everything is very intentional. And it's very hard to move from a 2 to a 3 to a 4 to a 5, right? So it's a lot more being very careful with stuff, going in and cleaning up, and trying to really move things along. But you know what? It's still great. Like, this looks fantastic. But just to address the question, really, right, is to ask, like, okay, what can you do to improve on a display level? Those are my thoughts, right? So let me know what your thoughts are, and we will talk later.